hosties, let's go to one of our favorite places, Baltimore. Shout out to Fox 45. This is titled Emboldened Baltimore Criminals Exporting Crime to Surrounding Counties, says attorneys. This is only a day old. Let's see what they're talking about.
As a violent April winds down in Baltimore, crimes like murder, carjackings, and home invasions are on the rise in surrounding areas.
Yeah, one legal expert tells Fox 45 it stems from the city's failure to be tough on crime in the past, making criminals feel like they can get away with anything, anywhere.
Well, we already knew that, but shout out to Fox 45 for going ahead and taking a little bit deeper dive into it.
A murder in Dorchester County, an uncommon crime for the area. The suspect from Baltimore City.
Crime in Baltimore City is seeping into every neighboring county.
Drew Vignaraja served as special prosecutor in that murder. The victim, Deontay Belcher. His killer, James Reddick. Neither man strangers to Baltimore police.
They've been emboldened by their positive experience in the Baltimore City criminal justice system, getting away literally with murder, and they're taking that approach to other jurisdictions.
Reddick, a known...
Shout out to bail reform and defund the police. Let's not act like we don't know where this comes from, because you know, when a criminal is doing something wrong and they're black, it's a problem because they're black and it's not fair. White supremacy, discrimination, and racism, and no one should do anything about it. They should be set free. It's not fair. It's not right. It's not fair. In the meantime, everybody got to be held hostage because no one wants to raise their kids. Y'all already know. Same old, different news broadcast.
Violent offender with several pages of criminal history, given probation for most of his crimes. Vignaraja says criminals from Baltimore City feel they can get away with just about anything because Baltimore has historically been soft on crime.
In counties across Maryland where you see spikes, especially in violent crime, carjackings, and killings, you are seeing more and more links to Baltimore City criminals.
Fox 45 looked into Vignaraja's claims and found that according to Anne Arundel County Police, a Baltimore City teen was arrested for home invasion earlier this month. And in Baltimore County,
crime knows no boundaries.
The newly sworn-in police chief, Robert McCullough, already acknowledging a problem after the murder of 16-year-old Trayshawn Harmon from Baltimore City and a rash of violent crimes in the Towson area. Vignaraja says...
Yeah, definitely. They're spreading their wings, for lack of a better way to describe it. And that's why I say we all got to suffer because you don't want to parent your gremlins. And now you did not been defunded the police. Now the rest of us got to suffer. And it's only, unfortunately, going to get worse. All these daggone places is going to look like I Am Legend.
Until changes are seen and not just talked about at the state's attorney's office, Baltimore's neighboring counties will continue to suffer.
Individuals that went through the revolving door of the criminal justice system in Baltimore City and now are taking their operation elsewhere. And until Baltimore City cleans up its mess, we're making it harder for the rest of the state.
Shout out to Doogie Howser. What's he gonna do? Mayor Doogie, what you gonna do, child? I'm not gonna call their names. Most citizens in Baltimore County are armed and will use deadly force to defend themselves, especially those who are veterans. I don't disagree with that. Baltimore County has become pretty bad. I was forced over here due to rising cost of living, and these areas are awful. So the cops make an arrest, but the judges don't give a ish and giving out warnings. They need to vote those judges out. Criminals from everywhere feel they can get away with crimes. Some do while others can't. Depends on the amount of money and resources you have. Come on, everybody sees and knows who and what the problem is. Stop handing out the get out of jail free cards. Stop putting these constant repeat offenders in jail once and start putting them in once and for all. What about the governor and mayor? What are they doing about this? It seems everyone has to work together here. That includes parents as well. I'm sure no one wants to see their family in jail or worse, deceased. You can take them out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of them. The victims of these crimes need to demonstrate in front of the district attorney's office. Now, look, there's some demonstrating that needs to be done.
A couple kidnapped and forced to take money out of ATMs in Fed Hill. Chaotic crowds in the Inner Harbor, and now an armed robbery and shooting in Canton. There are concerns violence in neighborhoods many consider safe could keep people away from Baltimore City. Fox 45's Keith Daniels joins us live with a closer look.
Well, Mary, no word tonight if this T-Mobile store will reopen tomorrow. It was closed today after that bold, brazen crime. And tonight, the potential impact on crimes like this one in communities across the city. In Canton, a startling shooting. A T-Mobile employee shot inside the store Sunday afternoon during an armed robbery. Several customers also robbed before the suspects ran away. A bold daytime crime in the city's historic waterfront neighborhood.
Because these people don't care, just like the commenter said previously. They don't care. They don't care who it is. They don't care about themselves. Like I've said plenty of times, it's just a matter of whatever it is they want because they can do it because there are no consequences. That is the bottom daggone line. No one can tell me anything different. But everybody just want to sit around here, standing around twiddling their thumbs like they don't know what it is, who it is, and why it is.
Tonight, the caper in Canton, another example of a senseless crime with no place and no one seemingly immune. In downtown Baltimore, which is roughly about 2 miles away from Canton, concern over what happened in that trendy, vibrant neighborhood and the recent unlawfulness seen downtown.
If I have to be down, that's one thing. If I'm not down here, I don't think I'd go down. Certainly not after dark.
I think things also get played up a lot because it's easier to talk about bad things than good things.
You go, girl. Whatever you say, child. Shout out to the Inner Harbor.
Still, for some, apprehension about taking a trip downtown.
Did I not say that as well? When it starts affecting their tourism, we do not care. It's not like this stuff is not making national news and people can't see it and they be scratching off going to daggone Baltimore for the Inner Harbor football games, baseball games, or anything. But, you know, what do I know? I don't know. Sure, honey, iced tea.
Fueled perhaps by images like these. 2 juveniles shot last month, Easter Sunday night, a short distance away from dozens of officers trying to break up a fight at the Inner Harbor. A chaotic scene that night, triggering heavy police response and tense moments for a wife and mother having dinner at a nearby restaurant.
The people, they did their best to try to store to let us know, and the restaurant to let us know that, it was all, as far as like, locked down, like nobody could get out.
Unsettling scenes, crime that this economist believes could have a devastating impact on downtown Baltimore and other communities.
It destroys jobs. It destroys small business. It destroys main streets. It makes it less likely that people are going to invest in the community to create construction jobs. It's bad for tax base.
Oh, but when I say it, I get commenters who's talking about, how do you know they don't pay taxes? How do you know they don't pay taxes? I know they don't pay taxes because people who own things and pay taxes, and I'm not talking about because they out there buying cigarettes and liquor and pay taxes on the product. I'm talking about people that have some sort of ownership and has to pay into their community, pay into school taxes, pay into property taxes, pay for a home, pay for a mortgage. If you're sitting up here having everything given to you, you don't appreciate anything that you've worked for. And these people, most of them, especially these kids, they ain't being trained. They ain't being disciplined. They out here doing whatever it is that they want. And even though they may be being lulled into activity that they may not necessarily are looking for, you can't tell me that the parents don't know. You can't tell me if they've been living there forever, they don't know what it is. You can't tell me that they don't know what the odds are for their own kids as they out here effing and continuing to have them. But we supposed to feel sorry for them? We supposed to do what? Take them under our wing and suffer through? We supposed to bring that kind of crap into our developments and neighborhoods? Yeah, no, not me, child. Not me.
Well, no update tonight on that T-Mobile employee who was injured, but police do say that individual was just 22 years old. We're live now in Canton. Keith Daniels.
People can't even work. People can't even work.
Fox 45 News.
Keith, thank you. April was one of the deadliest months this year in Baltimore with 25 homicide victims. This year, 88 people have been killed, a marked decline from this time last year, tied for the lowest over the past 5 years, in fact. However, crime historically picks up in the spring and summer months.
Yeah, we look forward to those numbers. Not really, but I think that 2022 was high in most places because it was after coming out of C-19. So we was totally in 2020. Then they all started pushing to get out in 2021, like we got to go. And people started going out. And then that's when all this ticked up. So that's, in my opinion, why this is so high. So now they're getting back to average, I guess. But I anticipate it's going to be a tough daggone summer, unfortunately. So, whew, child, that's the update on Baltimore. This story right here is only 11 hours old. So May the, what is it today? May the 2nd. Shout out to May. Anyway, thank you so much if you made it this far. I do appreciate you. Please consider subscribing. I will see you all in the next one.